What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my predictions for NXT TAKEOVER 31, which will stream live this Sunday on the WWE Network. I am honestly excited for this card, a lot more than I was with TAKEOVER 30, because I'm looking at the card for TAKEOVER 30. I have to admit, the card was pretty good. Obviously, we saw Finn Bálor against Timothy Thatcher. We saw Priest, Damian Priest become the new North American champion. Adam Cole defeating Pat McAfee, and of course, Karrion Kross had defeated Keith Lee with the Saito suplex to pick up the victory and the title. But now, the tide has turned. Since TAKEOVER 30, the tide has turned. So here is the full match card for TAKEOVER 30. And yeah, let's get into it. So first up we have Santos Escobar against Isaiah Swerve Scott for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. This is the first time in a long while that the Cruiserweight title has been defended at a TAKEOVER. But this is a very interesting match because when Santos Escobar was known as El Hijo del Fantasma, Isaiah Swerve Scott had pinned Escobar at that time, and I believe it was during the interim Cruiserweight Championship tournament. Now, I do want to point out for those who have no idea, Santos Escobar, and I'm saying it now, Santos Escobar is not. What's up with my hair? What's the hell? Literally, my hair is weird. Santos Escobar is not the only Cruiserweight champion we have, because if you guys remember, Jordan Devlin won the title back in January at Worlds Collide. In fact, I think... Did I do that one? I think I did. I think I did do that one. No, that's TAKEOVER Portland. Here we are, Worlds Collide. Yes, actually, yeah. Jordan Devlin had defeated Travis Banks, Isaiah Swerve Scott, and Angel Garza to win the championship. In fact, Jordan Devlin actually pinned Scott with the Devlin side suplex to win the title, if you guys remember. And then also we had the matchup, the card for that night for Worlds Collide was incredible. We had Imperium versus the Undisputed Era, Rhea Ripley against Toni Storm, Finn Bálor versus Ilya Dragunov, and of course the Cruiserweight title match. We had DIY against Mustache Mountain, which actually that one and the 8-man tag are actually two of my favorite matches that stole the show. And then, of course, we had Kaylee Ray against Mia Yim. So this is going to be interesting because at this stage in 2020, it really doesn't matter who wins, whether it's Santos Escobar or whether it's Isaiah Swerve Scott. Either way, Jordan Devlin is going to be going after that champion no matter what. So, but if I were to pick who would win it, I gotta go with Santos. I gotta go with Santos Escobar, just because of the fact that we all know that Santos Escobar is gonna eventually have the rest of Legado del Fantasma in, backing him up and helping him out. We all know it's gonna happen, so I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. So I'm going with Santos Escobar. All right, next up we actually have a match that was announced earlier this week on WWE's Instagram page, as Kushida will battle the Velveteen... What the hell's up with my fingers? Against the Velveteen Dream, and not just any Velveteen Dream, a heel Velveteen Dream. And this is interesting because we hadn't seen the Velveteen Dream since TAKEOVER... What was it? Was it TAKEOVER in Your House, or was it something else? Yeah, literally What was it? Literally, we hadn't seen the Velveteen Dream since Takeover in Your House, when Adam Cole went back when he was the not the cruiserweight champion, the NXT champion, pinned Dream with the help of Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish in that parking lot brawl. In that parking lot brawl. And if I remember correctly, that was what changed. That was what got Velveteen Dream to turn heel, was from that night. Honestly, given the fact that the Velveteen Dream does have an injured shoulder, we all know Kushida is going to target it. But if there's one thing that I've learned from watching Dream in his in his matches, he always finds a way to come out on top. So I gotta go with the Velveteen Dream on this one. I do actually have Breezango. I do have Breezango defending their NXT Tag Team titles on in my book here, but I'm not so sure if that match will take place, because I heard rumors that apparently Imperium has actually gone to London to take care of business over on NXT UK. So I'm not so sure what's gonna happen there, but honestly though, but if you guys remember a couple weeks ago, what was it, last week or a couple? I think it was like maybe a couple weeks ago. I remember Fandango had came up with this idea where it's Roderick Strong of the Undisputed Era teaming up with Danny Burch, taking on Fabian Eichner from Imperium and Raul Mendoza from Legado del Fantasma, and whoever won that match, their respective teams would battle each other. So because that Strong and Burch had won the match, it'll be Burch and Lorcan against the Undisputed Era, and whoever wins that match will face off against Breezango for the NXT Tag Team titles. Honestly, I've started to become a big fan of the Undisputed Era just because of how much they've changed. I mean they've changed a lot, and I'm not saying that in terms of their personalities, but I'm saying that in terms of their character on NXT. They've become, especially Adam Cole, especially Adam Cole. He's really changed a lot. If you guys watch NXT and you guys watch his expressions, look at his demeanor, and whatnot. Since TakeOver 30, he's changed a lot. Of course, too, Fish and Strong, they're still the same. And the next match that I'm gonna bring up, Kyle O'Reilly also has changed. And at this point, it doesn't matter who wins, whether it's the UE or Burch and Lorcan. Either way, one of those teams will face off against Breezango. I don't think it'll be at TakeOver 31 this Sunday, but we will see what happens. And then, of course, as I mentioned, Kyle O'Reilly from the UE will challenge Finn Balor for the NXT Championship. Now, if I can open up my laptop really quickly, I want to address something that's been bugging me. That's been bugging me over the last 24 hours. So I want to take you back to last night on NXT. Apparently Adam Cole sort of teased had sort of teased a split within the Undisputed Era, which could mean that we might see Adam Cole get called up to the main roster as a solo competitor. Which, is it possible? I'm not sure. I'm actually trying to log into my laptop, and I'm going to try to look up that article. Okay, well, it's not going to go. Anyway, so apparently there's something going on here. But anyway, yeah. Apparently that's what's going on. There's rumors swirling that we could see the UE split, which is an interesting, which is actually a interesting theory. It's quite the interesting theory because the Undisputed Era, they've been together for 3 years since Adam Cole got signed to NXT, which is very, very interesting. In fact, I believe it was on this website. Okay, can that circle go away? Thank you. There we go. So I'm finally on the website. Is it going? What's going on? Okay, there we go. So if you guys, while I am looking for that article, if you guys are wondering how Kyle O'Reilly earns the opportunity to challenge Finn Balor for the NXT title, a few weeks ago he had competed in a gauntlet eliminator in which it consisted of Kyle O'Reilly, Kushida, Cameron Grimes, Bronson Reed, and Timothy Thatcher, and it came down to Grimes and O'Reilly. And keep this in mind, Kyle O'Reilly had entered the match at number 1, had entered the match first, and I find it interesting because Kyle O'Reilly had mentioned that he's been wanting to face Finn Balor for a long time, because when he got into the States from his home from his home in British Columbia, Finn Balor was already in Japan. By the time O'Reilly got to Japan, Balor was in NXT. By the time O'Reilly got into NXT, Balor was on Raw, SmackDown, honing his craft. Now that they're both in NXT, O'Reilly can finally have this match. And last night on NXT, they both shook hands. They had a lot of respect for each other, and Finn Balor even admitted that that he had a lot of respect for O'Reilly. And okay, so here is the article. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna go in depth with it because there are still 2 other matches that I wanted to talk about. But apparently, courtesy of Wrestle Talk, shoutouts to Louis Dangor from Wrestle Talk. Apparently, PW Insider is reporting that they're going to, that they plan on splitting the Undisputed Era by turning Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole into baby faces. And what's interesting is that they don't plan to have Strong and Fish turn babyface at all, which would mean that they could split up the Undisputed Era. And apparently, it says here, according to a source, it says here, quote, as you may have surmised from NXT, Adam Cole wrestling Austin Theory last night is indeed the beginning of Cole being shifted into a babyface role for the brand. WWE began slowly teasing it after his loss to Finn Balor. Yeah, so if you guys remember in backstage after that match, they shook hands, had a lot of respect for each other, a little too sweet, and that was what started the whole thing. PW Insider has been told by multiple sources that the plan is for Kyle O'Reilly to also shift into a full-fledged babyface going forward. As of this writing, the rest of the Undisputed Era, Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish, are not slated to follow, so it will be interesting to see where NXT goes with the faction and how they will be presented going forward. So one of the things that I want to mention is that Adam Cole was never a babyface; he was always a heel, and I realized that when I was watching on YouTube a match from Ring of Honor between Adam Cole and AJ Styles back when AJ Styles was wrestling in Japan under and he was the IWGP champion. Everybody was always booing Adam Cole and whatnot. But now that Adam Cole is in NXT, there are a lot of fans who cheer for Adam Cole, and Adam Cole never really knew that. But because that Adam Cole had went up against Finn Balor, that's what sparked the change inside Adam Cole's mind. But really, in my personal opinion, the match with Adam Cole and Pat McAfee at TakeOver 30 is what sparked, the whole thing. Cole being a babyface and whatnot. Honestly, do I want to see the faction to split? Honestly, no. I really don't want them to split. But if they do split, I think it'll be interesting to see how this goes because again, Adam Cole was always a heel. Roderick Strong was a babyface. He was a babyface when he started in NXT. Bobby Fish was a babyface when he was in Ring of Honor. Same thing with Kyle O'Reilly. With O'Reilly, it was more of a toss up, if you will. So, but yeah, that's a very interesting thing to talk about. But again, Kyle O'Reilly getting the opportunity against Finn Balor, I think it's an awesome. I think it's really awesome. I think Kyle O'Reilly will be able to finally show not just Finn Balor, but the entire NXT universe what he's capable of going into this match on Sunday. But I mean, as much of a fan as I am of Kyle O'Reilly and the Undisputed Era, if I had to pick who would win this match, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. But I gotta go with Finn Balor on this one, just because of the fact that this will be Balor's first defense since winning the title against Adam Cole on NXT Super Tuesday a few weeks ago. And as we all know, with your first title defense, you usually don't lose it. Your second defense, your third defense, maybe, but this is Balor's first defense, and I really don't think he'll be losing it anytime soon. All right, next up we have Damian Priest defending the NXT North American Championship against Johnny Gargano, as well as Io Shirai defending her women's title against Candice LeRae. So we got the Garganos in championship matches at TakeOver. This is interesting because everybody has called Gargano, Johnny Takeover because of the fact that he's been in more TakeOver matches than anybody on the roster. He's been a part of TakeOver War Games, TakeOver Brooklyn, Philly, New Orleans, TakeOver in Your House, TakeOver 30. He's been a part of literally almost every TakeOver you could think of, damn near. That's why they call him Johnny Takeover. And his biggest and his breakout moment was not TakeOver Phoenix, where he beat Ricochet for said championship, but it was at TakeOver New York, where he beat Adam Cole for the NXT Championship. Yes, he may have held the title for only a few months, but he was a really good champion. He was an excellent champion. But this is a new and improved Johnny Gargano, and I don't know. I don't know if I like this Johnny Gargano, but the only reason why we have this Johnny Gargano is because of the fact that Tommaso Ciampa was given a quote-unquote rematch for the NXT title against Adam Cole at TakeOver Portland, which I did do a prediction video and a result video on, which you guys can check out. That was where Johnny Gargano turned heel, and the heel character of Johnny Gargano finally started to sink in, because when he first became a heel a little over a year ago, it didn't work out so well. Everybody kept chanting, kept chanting Johnny Wrestling and whatnot. Ow! Oh, ow! Oh, that felt good. And it didn't go so well. It just it backfired on WWE like that entirely. And now the heel turn of Gargano has finally started to sink in. I don't know if I like it, but I gotta go with Damian Priest on this one, only because he's had only a couple of title defenses since becoming champion at TakeOver 30. I don't really see Priest losing the title anytime soon. And then of course with Io Shirai and Candice LeRae, they've hated each other since TakeOver Toronto, and it's gotten now it's gone to the point where Candice LeRae does not give a damn about Io Shirai. She doesn't give a damn about anybody but herself and Johnny Gargano, and she'll do whatever it takes to hold, to be champion. But Io Shirai will do the exact same thing. But the big difference between the two is that Io Shirai has a bigger fan base than Candice LeRae. That's all I have to say about that. So I gotta go with Io Shirai on this one. Alright guys, that is going to do it for this video. Question of the day. There are two parts to today's question of the day. Number one, what do you guys think about the Undisputed Era splitting up? And second of all, what are your predictions for NXT TAKEOVER 31? Let me know in the comments below. And that is actually going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys love seeing these types of videos, definitely hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All three of my links are down in the description below. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.